And welcome back, Tom and D. We are here. As you can tell, if you're watching the video version, I've got my Beatles room almost complete here. It took a while to get everything, but see, I got the albums up. I got the things on the roof, ceiling. I mean, if you're going to do it, you might as well not go half-ass. So,
Nice. I love your background. It's almost as decorative as mine.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I know that's a kind of a temporary apartment you have until you buy a place in KC, but man, it's like, dude, get some fucking artwork, man.
I don't want to put a hole in the wall, even a little nail hole.
Yeah,
So
the Spackle
it's
King
all on the floor. All the posters and everything's on the
on
floor.
the
It's
floor.
great.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
way
it
you
looks
do it.
awesome.
Tom and D. Tom and D.
Two middle-aged idiots.
Right.
Man, I'm telling there's this comedian that I've been following for quite a while on Instagram. He's on other platforms as well, and Facebook and things like that. But
I'm glad you said Instagram. I thought you meant from like behind trees or something.
yeah, I've been following this guy literally. He has no idea. It's like I have a van, no windows. I'm trying to get him to buy candy from me. But anyway, no, he is literally probably the funniest person I've ever seen. I mean, I've just been such a fan of him. And the first time I saw him, he was doing just these little videos that I saw where he'd be someplace and he'd be standing in front of a place like Wing Street. He'd say, "If you're ever in Jolene, Illinois, stop on by Wing Street." He's like, "It's a street just full with fucking wings." And it's like, I was cracking up. I'm like, this guy is so clever and funny, and he doesn't take himself seriously. And he's like, he coughs and he sticks his tongue into his lower part of his mouth. And then I started doing more research and realized that not only is this guy a comedian, not only is he an author, not only is he a historian, not only is he a podcaster, he has written this theme songs for television shows, and he's released a comic book. I mean, this guy is so talented and so funny. So let's bring on Mr. Dave Hill, the king of comedy.
Hello. I don't know about that, but thank you. I'll take it.
Oh my God, you are so funny. Tom introduced me to you like months ago, and I've just been addicted to your videos, and the long form and the short, just fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It must be so much fun for
appreciate it.
you, though. I mean, no matter where you are, you kind of take us on your little journey and insert some comedy.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I think with anything that I do, I'm really just doing it for my own entertainment and not really thinking beyond that with anything that I do. Often to my detriment, I guess, but yeah.
Hence this podcast, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. I just like to, I'm just out, whatever, doing what I'm doing. And
How did the little videos start? Were you all of a sudden? I mean, like, think back to like one of the first little videos you did, like where you were, selfie kind of videos where you were standing somewhere and just kind of obviously unscripted, maybe purposely so, where you kind of almost stutter. When I first saw you, I'm like, is he a little slow? Like because you were kind of coughing at the end. I had no idea that was part of your shtick, but do you remember kind of how it all started with doing the little videos like that?
well, I think maybe, during the pandemic, my girlfriend and I, we decided to get out of town for a little bit. And we went to her mother's house in a tiny town in Ohio, like 3,000 people. And we stayed in the apartment above her place for a little bit. And then it ended up being there for a year, actually.
Oh, wow.
But so I would just go ride my bike every day around the town or go for a run or whatever. And, there would be no one around. You might see someone walking their dog like 100 yards away or something. And so I just started to imagine my various nemesis around the town. I would just kind of imagine the people that I would be running into. And I just sort of like imagine them just being all these like, I would call them the towny punks, and they were like we were kind of just constantly at each other's throats and stuff. So that's kind of where it started with those videos, and then I don't know, it just started. I can't really think of like what the I don't know. Then I just started doing like literally. I was just out exercising. I mean, as you can see, I'm an incredible physical specimen. So I'm constantly working out. So I started making videos like when I was out, whatever, exercising, and because I find like doing the stupid videos is like just as much exercise as if I were just trying to like go for a run or whatever. Because I'm jumping
Right.
around, being an idiot, kicking stuff, and
Like cones.
yeah, and then uh, and then just I don't know. Then I just started doing the ads. I don't know. I think from like touring and stuff, you're walking around like different town or city or whatever, and I would just see different businesses and just do it. And like a lot of times, I don't know. I think people would just see that they wouldn't have any idea who I was or whatever. They would just see the ad and then be like, yeah, that's a typical Portland meth head or whatever, you know, and and or like whatever, like wherever I was doing a video, they would be like, yeah, that's the kind of guys we got around here, and like people would assume that I was just some random guy in
Right.
their town or whatever. Like in Portland, there's one I did there for Trophies Unlimited,
Yeah,
Yes.
one of my
and
favorites. Yeah.
that one, I mean, as any local Portlandians will tell you, is not actually. It's an art gallery, but the sign is still up for the thing. So I just cropped out the gallery. You know, again, because I don't care. It's my own for my own entertainment.
Exactly.
And I was just going. I was going to meet my friend Andy Main, uh, and I was walking up the street, and I was like, I had this idea. Usually, it's the dumbest videos, the ones where I'm like, that's such a dumb idea. I shouldn't even bother. That's always the one that's like,
The
you know,
funniest. Yeah.
millions of views or whatever. But
Yeah.
and then, you know, anytime you're but it's true, I don't really put any much thought into it
No.
at all, like, and I don't script them or really allow myself to do multiple takes or anything. Like if something's taking, if I don't get it, I just like, fuck it, you know, I keep
Right.
going, you
Move on
know,
to the
because
next one. Right.
I don't really care. Again, I don't care about anything. You know, and I'm not like trying to make content really. I mean, I post stuff a lot, but I'm truly just trying to keep myself occupied, I guess.
Well, it's you're feeding your vast audience for sure because I know everybody just wants more. So even if you posted something that was like, oh, fuck it, it would be eaten up quickly.
Yeah. What is
Oh,
your
thank you.
What is your hatred for the cones? I think it's brilliant, by the way, but I mean, you've almost kind of made it your shtick, where if you could almost have a T-shirt with a cone and someone flipping you the bird, and anyone who knows
Oh,
would get it.
I have them. I sell those. I mean, not that exact shirt, but there is a traffic cone shirt available on my big mrdavehill.bigcartel.com. Um,
I might have to get one.
yeah, there's um I don't know, that just started. I don't know, again, like just out going for a run or riding my bike or whatever. I just started kicking them, and then I don't know. I guess, you know, thinking about it, it's sort of emblematic of,
Fuck the
you
man kind
know,
of thing.
the cone is the man. Yeah, fuck the
Right.
man. Fuck anyone trying to tell us what to do. Keep
Exactly.
their, you know, thumb on us or whatever. I
I
mean,
used to.
you know, I'm not not really thinking about it too much, but I
Right.
guess if I had to, and I don't know, I think that's maybe why people like that, and you know, I have my street gang, the Dangerous Snakes Who Hate Bullshit. I think people, I think maybe again, without not by design or without giving it too much thought, I think maybe people like all that stuff because it allows them to just get on board with the outlaw lifestyle that I live without even trying.
And I also love how when you pop wheelies, they're literally like an inch off the ground, like you do them on stage and stuff. It's like this guy, you think, oh, he's got a BMX bike. I bet he's gonna do some sweet tricks, and you just pop a little.
Yeah, I truly have no ability
No,
that
none.
like, and it's funny, like I thought to the way that started is my friend Carl Arnheider. I was on tour and I was in his town, Evansville, Indiana, and he had
Oh,
like
I
a
used to do a
sweet.
radio show there. That was my first gig out of college, a morning radio show in Evansville.
Oh,
Ironic.
nice. He has like a sweet like GT bike,
Yeah.
and I was riding it around, and I was like, "Oh, this is fun," and like a BMX bike. And then I was in Scotland, in Edinburgh, for the Fringe Festival a couple years ago, and I was like, "Oh, I want to get a bike just to ride around town." So I was like, "Oh, I should get a BMX bike. That was fun." So I found one on Facebook Marketplace, and I bought it from this, just gave him like 80 pounds or whatever. And then he just walked outside, handed it to me, and he was gone before I realized that you can't
Right.
sit down on those things. I was like, wait, what? So I started riding it around Edinburgh, like just during the day. And then after like, a day or two, my friend Wes was like, oh, you should ride it into your shows every night. So I did, and I would just like ride it in, crash it, ride it out, crash it. And then right after that, I was going on tour opening for Tenacious D, and I asked them, I was like, "Oh, can I ride a BMX bike on stage every night?" And they're like, "Of course," all caps. And so my agent, not to get all show busy, but he was on the email chain, and he calls me right away. He's like, we got to get you a BMX endorsement. and and he's like my age, so we're like, what company? I'm like, I don't know. And he calls back like an hour later, and he's like, Mongoose is in. So they
Wow.
sent me a bike to the first show of that tour. And to your point of having no ability,
Whatsoever.
like I I hired like got some guy who like just came to my hotel room, put the bike together in the hotel room, and then I rode around the block like once to make sure it was worked or whatever. And then I rode it on stage. My friend Jason Narducci came, and he took video of this. Like I ride it on. We're playing this like massive amphitheater, like 10,000 people or something. And I rode it on stage like really fast and confidently, like, and wiped out, threw it in the corner, and at the end of the show, I rode it off stage, and Jack Black is standing like right, kind of like to like the back of the stage behind the drums, and I rode it over like a bunch of wires. It's like like when you get like new bike tires,
Right.
they're kind of oily almost, and so is this like cement amphitheater stage, and like really slick. And I went over these wires, and I just wiped out and just landed right on my face, like really hard. And then I got back up. Thank God I had a helmet on, and I got back up, and Jack was like, "Oh man, we got to get the spotlight to follow you tomorrow to catch the wipeout." And I
When
was
you
like,
do that again and again,
"Yeah," I was like, "I didn't do that. Wasn't on purpose. Like I'm in a lot of pain right now."
it is
And
now.
I had a black eye for like the rest of the tour.
Oh my God.
And but I did get better at like faking the wipeouts. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very bad at it. And but it's one of those things where like if you say it or whatever, it starts to become true. Like I am a
Exactly.
BMX god, really. My
Yeah.
my friend
Yeah, you
Jason, I
are.
was asking him. I was like, do you think I should learn? I should get better? Like, should I learn how to do like a proper wheelie or like a bunny hop or whatever? And he's like, no, won't be as good. And so,
Exactly.
but
Right.
I'm not faking being bad. Like I can't really uh, pedal. I mean, I can pedal, but what you see with the wheelies, that's as good as I can do it. But
It's like 1 inch.
I'm the same way though.
yeah,
It's so
I
hard.
just because I fear. I don't know. I don't want to like
Flip over. Right.
yeah, like I'm immortal and all, but I'm also you know
Well,
my
one thing
as my
that
girlfriend says, she's like, I don't want to have to push you around in a wheelchair, all the.
Right.
But I don't know. But the thing about it, like in all sincerity, the I have now like three BMX bikes, and because it's one of those things that if you it's like The Secret or something. People keep sending me bikes, and I ride them all the time though, because like you're up on it, and it's like your one man soul cycle or something, because you have to stand, and there's no gears or anything. So I can't recommend it enough. I mean, and plus, like, everyone's terrified of you when
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
cruising around.
So I can relate to that. But one thing that you are really good at, and you even brag that you're good at, is playing the guitar. And I love how you
So
kind of
good.
Oh, thanks.
ripping sweet guitar riffs at Guitar Center and like impressing kids' moms and shit. But I mean,
And the
obvious.
storytelling that accompanies it
Oh,
too is just
brilliant.
brilliant. Absolutely
But I'm
fantastic.
Oh,
wondering, were
thank you.
were you like growing up in bands and like was music your first love?
Yeah, I never intended to go into comedy. It's kind of, and I still play in bands now, but it's kind of as you get older, and you're not like in a real wildly successful band. It's kind of like it's more like a softball team where we
Right.
make records and play a few shows a year and stuff, because everyone's we're getting up
Married,
there.
has kids, has their own life.
Yeah,
Right.
stuff like that. And but yeah, I grew up playing in bands, and then I really liked talking in between songs, which is, I think, part of the reason I drifted into comedy. And then, though, when I started doing comedy, I didn't play the guitar much at all in the shows, because somehow I kept them separate, like out of I think like I had like a real reverence for rock music, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to do that over here and then do comedy over here. And like, plus I really didn't know, there was musical comedy I really admired, but and what I was seeing, like, kind of low, obviously I love like Tenacious D and Flight of the Conchords, and Tim Minchin and people like that.
Totally.
But I think, when I was doing shows around New York, I'd see mostly like, I'd see people maybe playing guitar or whatever, and I was like, that's not like what
It's
I
not
I
your
don't know.
thing.
There's something
Yeah.
I knew what I didn't find like what was, kind of what I wanted to do, and it took me a while. And the way it kind of happened is, a few different friends, like my friend Tom Papa and Wesley Stace and Greg Barris, they all had these shows where there'd be like a backing band. So I'd be like, oh, there's a band. I'll just bring my guitar and I'll do my comedy, but I'll have the band kind of play behind me, and I'll rip some
Right.
solos.
But maybe not
And
the
that was,
violin. Like
Yeah. No violin.
yeah, well, yeah, like with, yeah, and then I started doing like Chris Thiele's Live from Here show. I mean, thanks to Tom Papa, who's always been great to me. He got me on that show, and so I did that a bunch. But yeah, it was just kind of from doing those shows where I'd bring my guitar and play some solos, and started realizing that I was like, oh, it's not funny if you're good, but then if you're like kind of ridiculous, then it becomes funny again.
Right.
Not
Right.
not that I fancy myself as being ridiculously good, but I think like when you play things that people don't expect you to be
Right.
able to play, they
right.
start to laugh again. So sort of
And
I
like
learned
these
now. If it,
exaggerated moments too.
Yeah.
yeah, just kind of like grew from that, just really by doing it and kind of seeing how, because I think with comedy, like, from when I started, I sort of learned there'd be people reacting to things that I didn't really expect, that I wasn't really doing to get the reaction I was getting, and then you go like, oh, they like that, oh, I'll do that again. Like, when I first started, I was terrified, to be on stage, because there's part of me that really loves performing, but a part of me is like also like super introverted. So the idea of going on stage is horrifying to me. Like every time, like I have a show tonight, and it's horrified at the thought of it. and but I know when I go out there, I'll be like, oh, then I'll be having fun. But well, anyway, when I started doing comedy, like I would like be drinking a Coke with a straw, and not as a prop or anything. I was just like, when I started doing comedy, I was like, I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna have any
Booze.
beers or
Right.
anything like that. Like I drink plenty, I drink to great excess. Don't get me wrong, but I don't do it. If I'm going on stage, I don't do
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Generally, there's been some exceptions over the years, but so I sort of purposely was like, I'm not going to drink, but I want to have a beverage. So I just start my first time I did comedy, I got like a Coke with a straw, and I was so nervous that I was like shaking drinking it because I was terrified, performing in like a back of a bar, like on the Lower East Side for like 20 people. But then people would be laughing at that and thinking that I
That
was
it was
doing it
intentional.
intentionally.
Right.
Yeah, and then I was like, fine, if that's, it's because I'm terrified, but if
Right.
you like like it, good. So I just kind of kept on doing it.
Oh, that's
Well,
awesome.
it's
I don't really
obviously
do that
led to
anymore,
some
but
success for you as far as music. I mean, I was surprised, pleasantly surprised to learn that John Oliver's show on HBO, which is wildly successful, Emmy award-winning
yeah,
show, that
and such a great show.
you wrote the intro and the theme music to that song. How did that all come about? Because that's
Wow, that's amazing.
It's just my band Valley Lodge, which is, we've been together over 20 years now. I formed it with my buddy John Kimbrough from Walt Mink, and the band's kind of the lineup and stuff has evolved over the years, but we had just made a new record, and that song just happened to be on the first song on the album. And I knew John, from the New York comedy scene. Once he got here, he'd be out and about and stuff. And then Liz Stanton, who's the showrunner, I knew her from. I had done music for a show on HBO called Reverb, like I don't even know, like 2000 or something. And so you can edit out the pauses. I
no, we
pause a
won't.
lot, but
That's
We'll
great.
exaggerate them. We'll slow it down a
I
little bit.
We'll do a
I
little
talk
guitar riff. Yeah,
Yep.
we'll
I
shred.
talk really fast compared. My dad talks even more slowly than I do, but so some other comedian friends had a podcast, and they used another song by my band Valley Lodge in their podcast, and then they got a TV show, and I was like, hey, if you need a theme song, you should use one of our songs. And I sent them that song, and I was like, hey, I think you should use this song as your theme song. And thank God they said no, because
You would have sold
because it
yourself
would have,
short.
yeah, it would
Yeah.
have already been used, and that was a show that it didn't run long or anything.
Kind of like
And
our
so
podcast.
exactly, so sometime after that, I got a call from Liz last week tonight, and she's like, "Oh, we want to use a Valley Lodge song as the opening for the show." And I was like, "Oh, you should use this song, Go." And she's like, "Yeah, that's the one. That's the one we're using." And she sent it over with like the title. How they
Right.
change it every week,
Yeah.
but like she sent it over with that. I saw the sequence and all that, and I was like, "Oh, that's
With
amazing."
the hourglass and the
Yeah.
white in the background and the little pictures.
Yeah, all that
Right.
stuff. So it was just a really nice thing that happened, and I
You make some
wish.
money off it still, though? I mean, is it one of those things where you get some residuals from it, or how does that work?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not what it was, because the just the way that people, sort of similar to when there was like the SAG and the WGA strikes and all that, where people trying to make, hey, there's this new way people are watching things and we're not getting
Right.
paid. The same thing has happened with music, and I don't mean Spotify and all that, where you're musicians are getting completely robbed. that's happening, of course, but also within, the way people watch anything now is like it used to be when the show started. People watch it on HBO, or you DVR it and like watch it that
Hmm.
way. But then, everyone watches almost everything now. You just like pull it from whatever, you stream it from the things, and the royalty rates are not,
Where
they're
they
a
used to be.
fraction.
Right.
So it kind of just, so not, it's certainly not a complaint to, it's just a broad complaint about the show business industry,
Right.
about
The
like that.
industry, not
Yeah, I can
not
definitely relate.
specifically HBO. We don't want to screw up your contract.
No, no, no. I love John and the show and everyone there.
Well, if you ever have a
But
piece of music that you want to throw on here, we'll throw you a bone.
I mean,
If you get
all day
if
long.
you
We
get
can reach out to
desperate, dude.
tens of people.
Yeah.
All
If
right.
you get real desperate, we'll put one of your songs on our show. That's funny.
Anytime. I mean, yeah. But no, it's cool. I'm super grateful to have that song. I love the show. Love John, love Liz, and so yeah, I'm super psyched.
No, it's
I wish
fantastic.
I wish I had like three more TV shows that played my music or something, or like, I'd written the theme to The Simpsons or something.
Yeah.
Right, right. Exactly.
So it wouldn't really, as much as I'm desperate for attention and like, like performing, doing things, like was saying this to my girlfriend just yesterday, it wouldn't take that much money at all for me to completely disappear from the face of the earth and like, and
Right,
just
right.
live like in a little forest.
Man, but so another thing that I really enjoy when I watched your shows in a couple of them, I haven't seen you in person yet. I'm hoping you'll come to Indianapolis or Bloomington or someplace close
I think I
sometime.
might,
Let's look
I
at your
think
schedule.
let's have a
Oh,
look.
I'll
I
come out
think
for that too.
I might be coming to Indianapolis very soon, but let me check. Oh yeah, Indianapolis, April
Nice.
When?
23rd. April
When?
23rd,
April 23rd.
opening. Yeah, opening for Pussifer at. I'm
Oh
not
my
sure of the venue,
God.
but
Pussifer is hilarious.
yeah, they're amazing. I'm super psyched. The tour starts. First show is 2 weeks from tonight, so I'm getting my
Oh my
underwear
God. What a
packed.
fun. That must be really
At
fun. I
the
remember when someone turned me on to that show by My Country Boner, and I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life, that video. My country boner, it won't go down. It won't go down. I just isn't the guy like the lead singer from like what band is he from?
Maynard Keenan from Tool, yeah,
From Tool, right?
Pussifer.
And he just does this little comedy band that he tours with. They're talented and they're funny and they have
Yeah, they're
great songs.
amazing.
Yeah, that's so cool
Yeah,
that you're doing that. I'd like to come up and maybe we could hook up when I'm up there. Go out for dinner or something beforehand. And
it's the old National Center or something. Does that sound familiar?
I
The
don't know. I've lived
old
Oh,
here
I
for
don't know
old
that. Yeah.
months.
oh, the old National Center in Indianapolis.
Well, dude, I'll definitely hit you up and let you know about that. But one of the things, I mean, I have showed countless people your video, the one of the fishes and the loaves story, and like even the one from the 12 Days of Christmas. Just to
Oh,
take
that's awesome.
something
I love that.
that is a
Yeah.
story that people know and put it kind of into modern times. I mean, that whole story with the fishes and the loaves thing. I don't think I've laughed so hard in my life. And he turned it into wine, and not just
Right.
any wine. He had a
Right.
Malbec. It's like it's just
And a
hilarious.
rosé. Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
and a
you.
rosé.
Oh,
Now,
It was
thanks.
so good. And Tom also introduced you as a historian too, and I love the little history nuggets that we get. Learning who invented what and when, and it's just it's just really increased my knowledge base about where things come
a
from.
lot of things came from the
Oh,
70s, I realized.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right,
Most foods actually are from
yeah.
the 70s.
And it's always
Yeah,
by somebody like Electric Rhonda or
Or,
something.
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
curious, just for our audience, if you have any like special scoop, any facts that you haven't divulged in your videos, any historical facts or anything that you you'd be willing to share today.
Yeah, mix it with your hands, anything like that. We would love to.
Or
guess,
even if you just
that
want
would
to
be
give
it.
everyone a
Yeah, give us the bird.
Yeah, I'm happy to give everyone the finger
I love the
and
finger. I think it's
give
hilarious.
oh
society the finger and all
yeah,
that. And then
we need
I
it.
would say, yeah, mix it with your hands. When in doubt, I think that's the secret ingredient to all recipes is mixing it with your hands because that's where the
Absolutely.
flavor really comes in and put your immune system to the test and all that.
Listen, we appreciate you taking your time out of your day. I know you've got a show tonight, and I'm looking forward to April 23rd in Indianapolis. I will reach out to you through message. I'll shoot you an email or something because
Yeah,
it'd be
message
fun to
me.
meet up. It'd be fun to meet up for that show. I'd love to, take you out to dinner or something like that. Get to meet you in person. It'd be fun. Dave Hill, man, you are the best, man. We are so honored to have you on, and
I'm honored to be on.
yeah, well, we appreciate that as well, and looking forward to your upcoming stuff and your upcoming posts. And till next time, dude.
Thank you. Can I shamelessly plug something?
Yes.
Please.
I want to. Well, I've got to plug the Pussifer tour starting March 20th. 32 magical shows in North America. My graphic novel Dark Regards comes out March 25th, I think, on Oni Press, and then the paperback version of my book about hockey, The Awesome Game, comes out in April, but I can't remember what date.
Love that. And we can find all of that on your website. You mentioned that it's davehillonline.com.
My
Is that right?
internet website, yeah, davehillonline.com, and then my Instagram at Mr. Dave Hill, at MR Dave Hill, and I dabble in some of the other social media things, but mostly just Instagram.
And you have some great podcasts too. Like, oh my God, I love some of
Yeah,
your
Axe
mystery ones.
Lords.
Like, oh my God, fantastic.
Yeah, and I have the Crime Blotter, which
Yeah,
I'm very bad about keeping up
it's
with.
so funny though. It's so good.
Thank you. But yeah, I got that one, and
Well,
good
we're fans
times.
for sure, and
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm honored, and again, sorry it was hard. I'm elusive. Sorry it was hard to pin me down, but
No,
we
and
did
if
it.
I can just expose Tom a little bit here, we've met a lot of people, and Tom, just before you came on, he was like, "I got to admit, I'm a little starstruck by our guest because I've been such a fan of his for such a long time." And
I could
yeah,
see that.
right, right,
but when you meet someone after our conversation, now
yeah.
you're the same guy, but it's like, you're. I'm sure I wouldn't feel the same if Paul McCartney was on the podcast, but I mean,
I'm
you're.
told he's very nice.
I've heard so too.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
heard
maybe you'll.
any story I've ever heard about someone interacting with. Every story I've ever heard is him being uh, absolutely delightful.
Yeah.
I've heard. I've heard that about Robert Plant also. If I can
He
just
seems like he'd be
Right.
cool too, man. He still
Right.
looks good, man. He still
Yeah.
has the hair and he's still singing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the king.
All
So
right.
good.
Well, have a great rest of your afternoon, bud. And thanks
Thank
again
you.
for joining us.
Awesome.
Yeah, and definitely message me about Indianapolis. We'll
I
make
will.
it so.
All right.
Looking
Dude.
forward to it.
Well, that was a blast. That was awesome.
So awesome. Good
So cool.
job getting him on. Like, oh my God, he is so funny.
Oh, I know. He's great.
Just,
And
yeah,
man, I hope
absolutely
I get a
brilliant.
chance to check him out on the Pussifer tour. So if
I
he
know.
might
I
be
was
coming
looking at
to a
my
town near
calendar when we
you.
were talking, and I was hoping that I could get to Indianapolis to visit you, visit my sister, and of course, see a show. But
That'd be great.
I don't think I can on the 23rd.
Oh well.
Yeah, but
He'll be touring for many years. I have a feeling that he will only get more popular.
Cincinnati is another close
Yeah,
one to you
it's not too
too.
far
So
either.
yeah.
Well,
So we'll
listen,
have to check
dude,
a schedule.
it's been fun. NCAA tournament's coming up, so we hope the Hoosiers do something. And
Let's
yeah,
hope. All right.
until next time.
Later,
dude.
Later, dude.
Tom and D. Tom and D.
Two middle-aged idiots.
This podcast is produced by 224 Media with voice and audio support by Fry on the Fly Productions.